welcome back to Fuck Recipes, your new favorite cooking show. And today we're catching up with our second installment of...
What the fuck is that?
And for this episode, I got a little something special. In this bag is 2 pounds of AA grade, unroasted Tanzanian coffee beans. Why am I spending money on coffee that's unroasted? One reason being that coffee beans hold their flavor profile a lot longer in their unroasted form. Another reason being that I'm a coffee fanatic and I want to see what gets me the best flavor, if roasting this is really even worth my time or could just be a fun hobby for me. So having said that, this video is going to be the first episode that we did of this segment. Whereas part 1 was purely a taste test, part 2 was cooking them up. And in this one, it's going to be kind of like a little bit of an unboxing in part 1, as well as some cooking. In part 2, you might still have some of the cooking elements, but more than likely it's just going to be the taste test. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. It comes in this cool cloth sack, really rough. Got this nice little bow here that I'm undoing. Let's see here, open this guy up. Oh yeah. And this is kind of like a papery bag with what feels like a plastic lining on the inside. Let's go ahead and open it. Ooh. That smells more like tea than coffee right now. Interesting, very interesting thing. Yeah, beans are green and they're definitely unroasted. You can hardly see that split in there even. Yeah, look at that. All green and unroasted and stuff. Let's see here. Free roasting tutorials on their website. For your information, I got these beans from smokingbeans.com. I found them through Amazon, so go ahead and take a look on Amazon. They got great deals, of course. Some options it looks like that we have for roasting these include the oven, a pan on the stovetop, BBQ grill, heat gun, hot air popcorn, popper. Wonder what these taste like unroasted. Oh god, they're rock hard. This particular set of beans, when roasted, will carry a bit of burgundy, pear, tangerine flavor, potentially bourbon-esque flavors. So, let's get roasting. Alrighty guys, fair disclaimer time. I have done a good chunk of research before doing this video, largely because I just want the coffee to taste good. But my understanding is that all you really need to make great tasting coffee is a strong heat source and unroasted coffee beans that have been grown fairly well. So I'm just going to use the stove top here with a pan. However, I also kind of want to do my own thing, as is a common occurrence on this show. Given the tasting notes, I've been thinking that I kind of want to bring out some slightly more floralness, a little bit of spice in a medium roast, or maybe even kind of medium darkish roast kind of coffee. So what I've done to help that is I've accumulated some spices such as rosemary, nutmeg, orange and lemon peels, and probably what I'm going to lean on the most, which is sage. And I soaked them in water for a little while. and went ahead and put them in an aluminum cradle. And essentially what's going to happen with that cradle is there's two big stages in the roasting process here. The first is called the first crack. It sounds a lot like a popcorn kernel popping. And essentially after that first crack, you have a light roast. So to kind of embed these flavors along that way, somewhere probably about halfway to the first crack, I'm going to go ahead and set the cradle down and let those fumes add to the flavor. The second milestone is the second crack. And it's essentially the same thing, big popping sound. The main difference being that is when you have reached your dark roast. So I'm going to go ahead and heat the beans, and somewhere between the first and second crack, I'm going to remove the beans from the heat so we can get some of that medium roast, but also kind of like those darker, intenser flavors. If I do this exactly the way I want to do it, essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to remove the beans from the heat about 3/4 the way to the second crack. All right, let's get some beans, let's get started. Alrighty guys, so I'm not sure if you've been hearing it all, but they begin to crack just a tiny bit, and they've gone from that greenish pale color to this nice kind of like golden brown already. Yeah, take a closer look at that. Yeah, that's interesting, alright. It's only been a couple of minutes, and I've turned down the heat quite a bit to make it kind of last a bit longer. However, I'm starting to see the outside shells of some of these, the skins kind of like pop off. Oh, and now we're seeing smoke come out, so I'm guessing that it's now or never for the spice cradle. Just another word. This is going way quicker than I thought it would. Okay. Make some room for my spice cradle. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't work, so be it. Alright. There we go. Starting to see a lot more smoke here, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the vent fan real quick. Alright guys, so I ended up removing the cradle a bit earlier than I expected because I was beginning to smoke up pretty intensely. Having said that, it's looking pretty damn dark right now. I haven't heard the second crack, so I'm assuming we're pretty close to dark, but still in kind of medium-ish territory. So really, I guess there's only one more thing to do, and that's to do a taste test. Stay tuned for part 2.